Hey everybody, how's it going? I apologize if I'm a little salty here because I just did this video and realized that my AT4050 has finally kicked the bucket on this little intermittent issue that it's been having that's really hard to diagnose because it's intermittent, so you'll never know if you fixed it because it'll start randomly happening 45 minutes after you turn it on. And that rendered this entire video that I did useless. So I apologize if this time around it just kind of seems like I'm reading off of a script rather than excited. I usually do most of these videos in one take. I just hit record, I end it, I upload it, and that's that. It's weird for me to read something over and over. So today I wanted to go over a piece of propaganda that was sent into the Daily Gazette, and then I want to read a piece that was debunking it that I'm really happy to see. Because what this tells me is that less people are accepting the premise that fear should keep them from freedom. So this says right to repair law is harmful to farmers. When the New York Senate passed the right to repair legislation, the so-called Digital Fair Right to Repair Act, it was surprising given that in every state where similar legislation has been introduced, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have rejected it. Gee, I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that you have a multi-million-dollar lobbying budget and you'll often have a dozen lobbyists from a dozen different trade associations show up, while the right to repair side is mostly represented by people that have day jobs that are not able to show up at legislative hearings. Most bills in the Senate are subject to a committee hearing vote and public commentary, so lawmakers can learn more about the issue at hand. But this right to repair bill received a floor vote without going through the full legislative process. Oh, no. I know that people from the New York Farm Bureau have spoken to many of these legislators. I know that since 2015, we've been showing up at legislators' offices and wanting to speak with them about this bill. What are your concerns? What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? And very often we get the exact same thing. Yeah, just take the papers, just take your testimony, shove it under the door. I'll read it when I get time. And then we never hear back from them. And then 2 or 3 or 5 years later, they go, oh, how are we supposed to vote on this? We never had time to talk about it. Yes, by design. Yours. As a result, lawmakers were left in the dark about the very issue they were voting on. Again, by their choice. If the bill were passed, it could have forced manufacturers to give up proprietary information, allowing third parties to illegally tamper with advanced equipment. Illegal. Tamper. Fear. Right to repair legislation is especially harmful for our state's farmers, as farm machinery has evolved immensely in recent years, with sophisticated digital tools for safety, emissions control, and automation that can be dangerous to tamper with. Danger. Fear. Advanced. Illegal. Tamper. Danger. We all agree that farmers should be able to fix their own tractors when something breaks. Do you? Which is why manufacturers have released all the necessary tools for equipment owners to fix a vast majority of repairs. The farmers would disagree with you on that one. But fixing a broken tractor is very different from modifying or disabling safety features or environmental protection controls. Instead of quickly passing a harmful bill that threatens our state's agricultural industry, our lawmakers should take a closer look to realize how damaging sweeping right to repair legislation would be to our farmers who own and operate over 35,000 farms across New York. Can you give an example? Of course you can't. Now, there was a letter that was written into the Daily Gazette opposing this, and what it shows me is that there are people outside of industry lobbyists that are waking up to this entirely and understand what's going on. Right to repair saves time and money. Carl Zeilman, in your August 7th letter, Right to Repair Law is harmful to farmers, your take on right to repair laws is off base. If you actually looked at what the right to repair movement is about, you would find nothing as you described. Right to repair would require that manufacturers provide independent repair shops and owners with the information and access to parts at a reasonable price to repair their equipment, just like the auto industry. John Deere and Apple are two of the most prolific violators of right to repair. Ask John Deere why you can't take the GPS unit from an identical tractor and have it work on another. It is because they tie it to a serial number. It has to be programmed by guess who? Let me help you there. John Deere. Ask a farmer that has a limited window to plant or harvest if they would rather pay trucking fees in excess of $1,000 each way and then wait for repair or have an independent shop come to them to repair their machine. I'll guess the latter. Same scenario for an iPhone battery, serialized. A $10 charge chip for MacBooks. Apple says you can't buy them. I'll use an independent at half the price of a dealer and at my convenience. I remember schematics being taped to the inside of that shiny new radio I just bought. To educate yourself further, check out Louis Rossman on YouTube. Very cool. He has a wealth of information on the subject. He can be crass, but is spot on. Kim Lake from Saratoga Springs. Good on you, Kim Lake. What this tells me is that corporate brainwashing to get people to give up their freedom because of fear, danger, safety, security, fear, danger, safety, security is not working. And that normal people recognize it for the garbage that it is. And it's not people that are reading about this in a highly technical paper. It's not people that are reading this in something that's specialized to a particular industry. Readers of the Daily Gazette. So normal, average, everyday people are reading this and just saying, that's bullshit. And that's awesome. And I know what I'm going to get in the comments. Lewis, what do you know about farming? Lewis, you live in Brooklyn. You don't have a lawn. You don't have backyard. You don't even get to see grass, much less actually grow anything. The closest I've ever gotten was trying to grow a plant on my fire escape that died. It was and trying to keep a Venus flytrap alive for more than a month. I know nothing about farming. I don't know much about farming. You got me there. But I know bullshit when I see it. And this is bullshit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I think it's really cool that non-farmers are waking up to the fact that what's going on and how farmers are getting screwed over and ripped off is bullshit. And I really hope more people wake up to crap like this, where they say, oh, this is so fast. You haven't given us any time to discuss it. We've given you over 6 years. If you don't want to listen, that's on you. And it should be on people to vote you out. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. And with any luck, this video did not come out with a bunch of loud, aggravating, distortion, popping, scraping noises that I was getting with this microphone. If you could possibly let me know how this mic sounded in the comments down below, I'd highly appreciate it. Thank you very much.